Though Giancarlo Stanton is having a monster year, and he added to his Marlins legacy today.
So Stanton seems to have seen everything in these two at-bats. Fastball, fly ball, right field deep. Back goes Gonzalez, and it's gone! Number 42, opposite field.
Giancarlo Stanton, he tied a single-season Marlins record today by hitting his 42nd homer of the year, tying Gary Sheffield's. Stanton's name was floated in trade rumors earlier this year, and the Marlins have had a history of not paying their young studs. We know that. Stanton's already the franchise leader in WAR by a decent margin.
Yeah, wow, that's something.
Yeah, should new Marlins ownership keep him around and make sure he's a lifer in the Marlins organization, Dylan?
You know, that's a good question, and I've been tough on Stanton. I've called him kind of a one-trick pony. I've said, you know, he's great. He's the most prodigious power hitter we have in baseball, has been that way for some time. When he's healthy, he's Zeus. He's the best in the game as far as hitting the ball over the fence. 250 home runs right there. And I think he was trying to impress his new owner, Derek Jeter. Derek liked to go the other way. He's like, oh, you like Apple tacos? Yeah. Bam, I'll go the other way. 250 home runs. He's the 6th fastest to do so. But is he a complete player? Is he a player that helps you win across the board because of his diverse talents? I've questioned it before. I'll say this. People come to see Stanton because they love home runs, and he is the face of this franchise without a doubt. They were dealt a very tough blow and a traumatic, horrific thing with the death of Jose Fernandez because it was sort of a dual thing. People came to see Fernandez pitch. People came to see Stanton swing the bat. Now with Stanton there as the face of the franchise with new ownership, I'm going to say I don't think he's untouchable. I know that, you know, with the stretch he's on, it's great. He's also been a guy that's sort of injury prone over his career. So if you get the right deal that could help you in many facets with your pitching staff, your bullpen, other young positional players, that you could plug many holes because you could convince some other GM out there to take on Stanton with that enormous contract that, let's just face it, even with no salary cap, that crazy contract is going to handcuff the Marlins' ability a little bit to sign other free agents and bring in high-priced other guys. I'm not immune to trading Stanton. I don't necessarily say that, okay, we're locking him up. He's already locked up. He's already there for, you know, a half-decade plus more. I think it's 7 more years on that contract, maybe 6. Whatever it is, he's locked up for a ton of money for a ton more years. If you get the right piece back, I'd think about trading Giancarlo Stanton. He's not a guy in my eyes that is just, no. You let that contract ride. You put him on all the posters. You put him on the outside of Marlins Park, and you leave him alone for the next several years. You probably do. But if you get the right deal back, I think you should entertain maybe moving him.
Yeah, well, from a fan standpoint, it might be hard to imagine life
without
Giancarlo.
Yeah, you're going to piss off some people if you do that.
101st home run in Marlins Park. So that means fans have caught 101 of his home runs in that park. So it'd be hard as a fan.
There's no fans at that park, so no one caught those home runs.
That's right. The empty seats caught the ball, actually. But
I kid.
Maybe the team better, if there's a better offer out there.
It's got to be the right deal. I'm not saying, dude, trade this guy, put him on the block. He's shown why he's so valuable over the last, 3 weeks. But if you get the right deal that can completely set up your future in many positions, you got to consider it.
Yeah, people talking about him maybe reaching the 60 home run mark. You think he'll do that this season?
No, I'll book him for 50 for sure.
Okay.
I think he could get to 55. He'd have to keep up this crazy pace for such a long amount of time through the next 7 weeks of the season. About 45, 46 games left. I just don't think he's capable of keeping that kind of pace to get the 60 home runs, but I think you could book 50.
Yeah.